Hotel Black Power. As always, giving honor to the ancestors, creator. Also giving honor to my sister, who's in her essence, along with Chief of Staff, Brother Harris Abdul, and all our other brothers and sisters and relatives who are in the ancestral realm now, as well as the ancestors who gave their lives in the Middle Passage for our existence today. What I want to talk about today is, it's a pretty interesting topic. This is about how when being good and being generous and being humble is looked upon as a weakness, particularly by a lot of these sisters who have been treated so fucked up and so bad that when somebody comes and treats them right, or like they're supposed to be treated, they look at the shit, as a weakness. And that's because they've been damaged so bad that they've been accustomed to damage where people show them and have trained them to look at abuse as a form of caring. In other words, I'll give you an example. When you see a woman, see or hear a woman say, they got a black eye, that's because he loves me that much, because he care about me, that's why my eye is black, he don't want me doing wrong, because he care about me, so, giving her a detached retina, or knocking her eye out this fucking socket is a form of showing that you care about somebody. And that's the sickness that some of our queens, have. They look at that as part of someone caring for them, and that comes from a lot of abuse. And for gentlemen, and especially you young brothers, always look at when you're dating and you're looking for, your other half, your ISIS. Always look at the relationship she has with her father or with her family, and that will tell a lot about who she is and how she will feel about you, or whether you'll become another Vic, another X on her wall. If you go over a house and she's cussing her parents out, and she, her father, if he's around, and she doesn't have respect for him, or he beats her mother up, and they look at that as a form of showing each other that they care for each other, that's not where you want to be at, brother. Because at some point, you're going to be used. And some of our people, unfortunately, have been so emotionally and physically and sexually damaged to the point where they think that, they use sex as a form of showing that they care or that they love someone, by having sex with them, or by, having oral sex and all this type of shit. I love him, so, let me suck his balls and all this shit to show him that I love him. But that's not, you don't show anybody that you love them by doing that type of shit. But nevertheless, you have some of these brothers out here that are good brothers, good young brothers that work. Some of them are in college. Because I deal with You know, I deal with the youth, so I know there's a lot of good ones out here. You know, and you have a lot of these sisters that, you know, they prey upon these young men that are working, that are in college, you know, that are not in gangs, that are not involved in drug use or things of that nature, don't have any criminal records, heterosexual, celibate. They're at the top of the food chain. And some of you sisters that are not prepared or don't have any of those things going for you. You're looking for someone with all of those qualities where you can take advantage of them and take them for bad. You know, because all you've been shown, you know, is Lil Baby and Shotgun and all them. You've been letting them do what they want to you for, you know, as a way. That's your way of trying to be accepted, you know, and which is called peer pressure. You know, I don't want to be labeled a square, so, you know, let me fuck so and so and so and so, so everybody can think that I'm cool, that I'm in, that I'm one of them slick broads and all that type of shit. You know, when all you're doing is really fucking your life up and making putting a bad rep for yourself. And nobody's going to respect you. Because everybody's going to look at you like you just an easy pick. You're an easy lick. You know, everybody else fuck you. Let me fuck you. You know. And a lot of you guys, you brothers, young brothers, beware of those type of individuals. You know, you brothers need you need a queen. A queen is somebody that she's a rider. She has self-respect, and that's the only way she can respect you, if she respects herself. You know. She has morals, she has principles, she has standards, she has goals. You know, she walks a certain way, she talks a certain way. She knows how to treat a brother. Because 80% of you sisters, unfortunately, actually don't know how to treat a brother. Because unfortunately, you've made some bad choices. And you've picked so many fucked up guys that you have become fucked up. And so you're looking to be fucked over and not treated properly. So when you're treated properly, you look at it as, you know, somebody that's blind, that's green, or that's weak, or that's soft. And that's not the case. I met a lot of brothers in prison that, you know, first-time offenders. They had to end up killing the girl and the man and the woman, on account that they both thought that they could do what they want to him. You know, one brother told me that at one point the guy was coming over and just sitting in the living room when he got off work, and they were sitting on the couch together. You know, and he would cry to her, ask her, why are you doing this? And she would say, I ain't doing nothing. Oh, don't worry about it and all that. Stop being weak and all this. You know, but you got to understand, the same heart that it takes to be nice, that's the same heart that can be, you know, can be turned around. You know, he ended up setting him up. Played like he was asleep, allowed them to go in his room. And while they were in there, you know, he murdered both of them. And the thing about it, he said that he allowed them to beg for their lives before he murdered them. And that's the level that they took him to, where he became a cold-blooded, senseless, vicious motherfucking killer. You know. And you know, like I said, some women have been treated so bad for so long That's what they expect. So when you treat them like they're supposed to be treated, like queens, and being respectful, opening the door for them, holding the doors open, you know, they're not used to that. They're not used to that. That's something new to them. You know. Because a lot of them, they live fucked up lives. You know. I've seen them, you know. You know, putting on other people, wearing other people's clothes to go out in. Jumping from car to car. Saying that they have friends. These are the ones, these are the... Because you can't turn the... excuse me. Remember, you can't turn a trick into a treat. No matter how hard you try. No matter how hard you try. It's just like a Snickers. Every time you take a bite, you're going to get some peanuts. You know, no matter how you try to bite it from the side or whatever, you're going to get some peanuts. And you can't turn a trick into a treat. You know, especially the ones that say, "Oh, I just have friends. I'm not dating anybody seriously yet. I just have a lot of friends." That's a hoe. That's a hoe. That means she's fucking 5 or 6 motherfuckers before she can make up her mind who she can benefit from the best. Who she can benefit from the most. Meaning, which one of them gonna allow her to lay on her funky ass, you know, while they take care of her. You know. While she sits on Facebook and on the phone texting motherfuckers all day long. You know. You know, while you doing whatever you can to make sure, you know, that you all, you know, are happy. You know, and that's somebody that just don't give a fuck. You know. And if you're in that position, you brothers in that position, this is the right time. It's about 7:40 Eastern Standard Time. You still got time to bag your shit up and leave, or throw her motherfucking ass out. You know, for the sake of peace. Because everybody is searching for inner peace. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants to be cherished. Everybody wants to be revered. Everybody wants to feel like they belong. Everybody wants to feel like everything that they doing is all worth it. Everything, every sacrifice they make is all worth it. Because I am loved. Someone really cares about me. I'm not being fucked over. This person's not fucking around on me. You know, that person genuinely loves me. He really cares about me, or she cares about me. And I need to be real fucking grateful and happy, you know, and give the same 100% that I'm receiving. And this is for you brothers. And like I said, you know, the relationship that a sister has with her father, that determines the relationship that she's going to have with you. And that's based on respect, that's based on honor, the honor system, and it's based on love. You know, even if they had their fathers in their lives, it doesn't mean that they still know how to treat a man. You know, because you had a lot of fathers that were in these queens' lives, but they didn't instill certain principles in them. They didn't sit them down and really talk to them about some serious issues and really get to know them. They just provided for them. You know, and that's a behavior that's been passed down. You know. Just don't say nothing, don't ask no questions, just do it. That type of shit. You know, so, you know, because you have a lot, like I said, you have a lot of people out here that are damaged goods, that have been scarred, torn, emotionally torn apart, mentally, physically, sexually abused. You know, and it's not fair for you to have to spend your time healing them while they fuck over you and still demonstrate and damage your demeanor, you know, trying to heal with these fucked up issues. So, you know, look for someone that's going to give as much as you give. You know, and don't rush, because peer pressure, you know, trying to be one of the boys when they talk about sex and fucking and all that type of shit, and you may be, you know, celibate, you know, and you don't want to, you know, because, see, being celibate and being a virgin, that's looked at as something weak or wrong, you know, but in all reality, that's a strengthening process, because these same people that's out here fucking like it's no tomorrow, you know, when the brothers and sisters, when the sisters have cancer of the uterus, and the brothers have prostate cancer, you know, from just over-sexing for so many years, burning themselves out, you'll be just in your prime. You may be 65 years old, you know, fucking like you're 35, with the same rigor, without the help of any type of pill or pump or any of that shit. You know, so, you know, just take your time, you know, take your time and pick the right person. You know, it's just like shopping in the store, you know. You may already know what you want, but you may see something in there of better quality that's much cheaper, that may be on sale, that's just as durable or better, and much cheaper, you know, where it won't break you, you know, because you want what everybody else wants. And us brothers, what we try to do, most of us, we always try to get something. We want to have something, queen, we can show off like it's a motherfucking trophy or something. You know, you want everybody to say you got a fine woman, and you know, nobody wants to, you know, be the topic of, you know, when they talk about, you know, your woman, they, you know, oh, he, you know, has a silverback or some shit like that, or you know, something, you got something that looks like they, you know, came out of Jurassic Park. You know, nobody wants that. You know, but at the same time, you don't want nothing that's going to, you know, have you in handcuffs. You know, have you walking around with your pockets empty. Have you walking around with a broken heart. Have you walking around being embarrassed. Because 90% of the time when someone is cheating, the person who's being cheated on usually is the last one to know about it. It's a whole bunch of people that knows about that situation before the person that's being cheated on finds out. You know, and that's based on, because, you know, nobody wants to get in nobody's business, because you got a lot of times, you know, and then you got some sisters that know that, and they okay with that. And then when you come as a friend and saying, you know, such and such, you know, ain't playing fair on the field, you know, a lot of people tell you, mind your motherfucking business. You know, oh, you just want it, and all that type of, you know, all those excuses and rationalizations. You know, because, you know, you don't want to deal with that feeling of being fucked around once again. You know, this relationship, companionship thing is serious. Very serious. And then you don't want nobody that's obsessive. You know, every time your phone rings, who was that? And all that bullshit. You know, no. That's not a mate. That's a goddamn parole officer. You know, where you going? You know, what time you be back? Who's that on the phone? You know, why you got that on? You know, why you, where you at? You know, all that type of shit. That sounds like a fucking parole officer or a parent. You know, and you don't need that shit. You don't need that, because a lot of women think that they own you once they, you know, open their legs up. You know, you mine's now. You know, no, I'm mine's. You know, we just have a union. We're trying to, you know, we have an agreement where we're trying to work towards a goal. And the goal is peace and happiness and joy and everything that comes in between it. You know, all that other shit, you know, is unnecessary, and you don't need that. You know, those are issues that that person has. And you have some people that want to control shit. You know, if I do this, you know, if they do something for you, then they think that gives them a right to have control over you. And then when they can't, they get in their feelings when they can't control you. And that's a clear indication that they don't have any self-control. So they have to find something to control to make up for, you know, the lack of self-control. You know, and you know, I learned, you know, I'm a mean motherfucker at this shit. You know, because not only did I, you know, I'm certified in dealing with this type of situations, you know, but I'm also experienced in them. You know, so, you know, to you brothers that, you know, your kind has been taken for weakness, I understand that. I've been there. You know, but don't allow that to make you turn into something that you're not. And then you're going to end up somewhere where you're not supposed to be, or where you don't want to be. You know, trying to prove a point. You know, and that's why, you know, it's more than one apple on the tree. That's why there's plenty of apples on the tree. You know, you don't have to eat the one, you don't have to pick the one that has the worms coming out of it. You know, or eat around the worm. You don't have to do that. You can get you a fresh apple. Sometimes you have to wait, you know, till the right crops come in. You know, sometimes the apple fall right on your head. You know, so, you know, it's about, you know, and in the meantime, treat yourself. For those who are single, you know, get to know yourself. Because a lot of us have never been by ourselves. We've always been involved with somebody. We've never had a period where we've been alone. But if you are alone, treat yourself. Take yourself out to the movies. Take yourself to dinner. You know, treat yourself like you would want somebody else to treat you, or like you would want to treat somebody else. And you'll find that very, very refreshing. And people respect, you know, they respect that to the utmost when they see brothers and sisters when they are alone, dining by themselves, and, you know, taking themselves out to a movie or to a play or to a show or something of that nature. You know, and you're content with yourself, you're comfortable with yourself. You know, because somebody's always watching you. You know, because every person, for some people, some people's trash is somebody else's treasure. You know, and don't try to spend your time fixing somebody up and mold them to be like you want them to be. You know, spend the time on yourself, polishing yourself up. And I'm not talking about externally. Talk about emotionally, spiritually, you know, mentally, morally, you know. Be on top of your game. Be as much on top of your game as you possibly can. You know. Because what tastes good, what looks good and tastes good is not always good for you. So, you know, and then get in where you fit in. You might not have some what they call eye candy and all that shit, you know, to somebody else, you know. But get what's eye candy to you. Get what tastes good to you. Get in where you fit in, and you'll be better off. You have much more peace. You have much more serenity. You have much more self-respect at the end of the day. And then you won't have to, you know, like a lot of you all, you can't even work 8 hours without calling home. You know, I'm just checking, making sure everybody all right. No, you are tree boxing and spine, because you with somebody that you really don't trust. Because if you can't be away from them for 8 hours without calling, you know, and checking up and all that bullshit, you know, without it being necessary, then, you know, that's a trust issue. You know, and brothers, once you know, you fall in love, you know, when you find that right one, you know, don't run the person away, you know, by, you know, smothering them. Give them space, you know, allow them to be themselves, you know, let them indulge in their own individuality. Of course, you know, you want to help them enhance, you know, enhance their energy so they can reach that goddess frequency or the God frequency, queens. You know, but at the same time, you have to allow their process to be their process. You know, because the best thing in the world that the highest plane that you can achieve is being on your God consciousness and being totally conscious. You know, nothing else supersedes that. Nothing else supersedes that. No religion, nothing supersedes that. And like I always tell you all, everything that you're looking outside for, everything that you're looking outside of you is inside of you, including God, or what you call God. You know, so I hope that I've helped some people. I hope I made some sense, you know. And if you got anything out of it, just give me a holler, you know. Drop some words in the comment box, you know. Let me know how you feel. You know, also, as always, if you got any other topics you want me to discuss, you know, feel free to drop something in the comment box so we can build together, you know, because a lot of my subscribers, you know, we've developed, you know, a building cipher, you know, and I can feel the energy because I get a lot of the comments from you all, you know, stating, you know, that you getting a lot out of the information, you know, and it just makes me do more intense research to try to uplift you all so we can all grow together. So until we meet again, you know, Hotep, Black Power.